Yeah, good morning, students. So this is your KV Ramesh, Anthropology faculty, and we are dealing about PYQ series. So today's our concept is village as a little republic. So this question came in an exam 2023 for 10 marks. The little republic in the sense means, so villages, they survive themselves without having the support from another villages or town areas. So political issues they solve within the village. Economically, all goods and services produced in that village, as well as religion. Every village has their own morals, values, belief system. So local deities are there. So socially, all the groups, all caste groups, classes, kin groups, they maintain solidarity, even though they belongs to different castes and everything. So politically, so it maintain its own affairs without having higher authority. So these kind of isolation, physically, politically, socially, economically, religiously, that view is nothing but because this kind of way of life they are leading. That's why Britishers thought that it is little republic. So who has given this view? Then what is the debate here? So the debate is nothing but whether Indian villages are really isolated in all these dimensions or they are connected with wider network. So that is the debate. So some people are supporting isolation, some people are supporting wider connection with towards the neighborhood villages as well as nearby town areas in kingdom as well as national level. So those two supporting and opponent statements we have to discuss. So first let me introduce. So Charles Metcalfe in 1810. So he called first time Indian villages were little republic. So little and great traditions. So if you observe that little and great traditions, so little traditions means those traditions of villages. So those traditions of village levels are folk traditions. All the folk traditions which has freedom or flexibility to get modified, those traditions we call as little traditions which exist in the village level. But what about the great tradition? Great traditions were nothing but, so those are all mentioned by various religious texts. So based on the events marked in mythologies. Okay, so it could not be modified whenever they want. So it is same for all over the entire Hindu people or entire nation. Okay, but local traditions are belongs to particular village. It could be easily changeable. So, but here they are rigid, written, text oriented. It is practiced the same everywhere. It could not be easily changeable. Understand? So this kind of religion, literal great traditions concept. So they used to tie that Indian villages were not isolated. So Mekim Marriott, after studying the Kishangarhi village in UP, he found that many, the present Rakhi festival, which is a great tradition, which originated its roots from Kishangarhi village. That means village level elements could be propagated or they grown into national level, that is called universalization. So universalization and parochialization. So many, Navratri Puja became Navrata Puja in Krishnagari. Navratri Puja, it was a national great tradition. That means villages are traditionally, they exchange their elements towards the national level, they borrow elements from the national level. So that's why it shows that villages are always integrated with wider societies. Understand? Next one is MN Srinivas. He studied at a Kurgu village. In Kurgu region, he studied some villages. There he understood that the local deities were actually they are equating with the Vedic deities. So he observed that Ketrapa was a local deity. So this Ketrapa origin, this Kurgu people telling that he was actually belongs to Kshetrapala of Vedic god. And one more god is Cobra deity. So Cobra deity in Kurgu region, they are equated as Lord Subramanya or Skanda, the son of warrior god, the son of warrior god Shiva. So this is how they are always concerned about the larger people. That means entire group religion, that is Hindu religion, that is based on the Vedic. That means Vedic elements are percolated at village level. Understand? Vedic religion is belongs to all Hindu people wherever they are residing. But here in Coorg region, all these Vedic elements are present. That indicates that they are not disconnected religiously from the wider society. Understand? So next one is pilgrimage. So all these people during their lean season, they start their journey after harvesting or lean season or free time. So the villagers, they go to various temple towns. So that visiting we call as a pilgrimage. So rural people going to temple towns as a groups, that we call as a pilgrimage. So all the villagers, be it in north or south, like Tirupati, Puri, Gaya, Varanasi, Mathura, even Amritsar, there are so many temple towns were there. All the people are going to these areas. That indicates all the villages are part of wider religion. They are not isolated. So now we can see caste endogamy. What does it mean? A person born in a caste, he or she must get married within the same caste. That is called caste endogamy. If there is there is no suitable bride or groom for a person, so he or she will get married from another village belongs to same caste. Understand? So that is the caste endogamy. So caste endogamy also revealed that one or more villages connected. Understand? And village exogamy. So there is one of the case study which was studied in North Indian village. So here in village exogamy means every person should get married from outside the village, not within the village. Okay, that is the custom they follow. Here in that village, one of the village, this village is matrimonially collected with 140 plus villages. That means the marriages bringing the social network or village network for alliance purpose. Okay, castes are bringing alliance purpose. They are also spreading one village to another village. Okay, so and apart from that, festivals and occasions, if their daughters or sons are married outside their villages, whenever there is a important occasions or important festivals in the kin group residing outside the village, they are always going. So even though during that 19th century or pre-Britishers time, they don't have a proper roads or proper transportation and communication facilities, still the villagers are connected to outside villages, town areas, temple towns through these kind of institutions. So it shows us that they are not isolated. They are isolated. They are always concerned about what is going on neighborhood villages, town areas, even religious sacred places and etc. Understand? So this is how one of the dimension. And next you can see economy wise. So those supporters of villages are closed. Okay, the people complete their life inside the village without having the contacts or relationship with outside the village. The basis they are taking as William Weiser concept of Jajamani system. So Jajamani system is nothing but here the caste land owning communities. Land owning communities. So those we called as Jajamans. And artisan castes. Kamins. So these artisan castes produce goods which are all used by land owning communities or Jajamans. Jajamans in return, they share whatever the agriculture produce they harvested with the artisan caste. So that means all the goods which are all available within the village through artisans as well as the farmers. So this is how they don't have any requirement with economically connected with outside villages. But here you can see that, so there are so many institutions. So village markets are weekly markets which existed in India since immemorial time. Okay, so this institution of village markets are weekly markets. So they attract the goods from neighborhood villages, town areas, as well as capitalist goods also. So very importantly, the gold and silver, which are all locally not available. These goods are very much religiously important for various rituals in Hindu families. So these goods they brought it from, these goods are entered into village markets through town areas as well as the capitalist mode. So this is how economy-wise villages are connected with outside the world through village markets, annual fairs. If you take that Pushkar, so Pushkar fair in Rajasthan, so which is attracting. So this is an annual fair. So annual camel fair, which attracting lot of traders, lot of goods from outside the village. So now we can see that special skilled people. So in every village, if the size of the village is small, might be not all castes are residing. Some caste people, they are present in faraway places or other villages. They come to these villages to serve their skills. So especially in every village, priest might not be available. So he might be chosen to serve the neighborhood villages also. Understand? So that means special skilled people. So such as, and after post 90s, so when Indian government opened our economy, we went for the globalization. So we tied our economy into the larger world economy. So far away places, world economy or world goods are entered into nowadays in our village areas. Okay, global goods are entered into village areas. So that means these are all the proof which showing that Indian villages were not economically isolated. Okay, so politically, earlier view was that Britishers and the earlier view was that so all the political affairs, law and order, social control, everything would be taken care within the village through dominant caste. So dominant caste, village panchayats. So village panchayats, and every caste has their own council. So this is how there is no need of any decision taking regarding this village outside the village. So this is how political neutrality. Politically they are so independent, but in reality, so they are connected into a wider political process. So the king is concerned about the providing roads, so irrigation, so canal digging, etc. for the villagers. So means king has the role so for the development of villages. At the same time, so he is the head of all caste councils, present in villages. So though day-to-day activities are managed within the villages, but the major issues regarding development, regarding any disputes between the castes, okay, ranking of the castes, everything is decided by the king because he is the head of all caste councils in his territory. Next one is, so king, he give the land grants for the villages, land grants, and not only that, king has the responsibility of protecting all the people from robbers and etc. So not only that, so if the king is not a good person, okay, so the people of the villages, they took rebellion also. Rebellion. If the king is belong to a dominant caste, okay, all those caste people present in all the villages, they support the king whenever there is a crisis arose in that kingdom. So this is how the political, that means all the villages are part of the wider political process. So, but these little republic people, they thought that they hardly bother about external issues. Whatever the political things happen at the national level, state level, they hardly bother about. But in reality, so they are well aware and they are the take part in the political process of larger society. So that's why politically they are not isolated. They are also part of the larger process. And PRIs, if you take that Panchayat Raj institutions, they got the constitutional status, right? So our India followed parliamentary form of democracy as well as adult franchises. That means every individual vote for parliamentary elections and state legislature, and local level also, block level elections, block level as well as district level. So that means all the political parties, okay, they do campaign inside the villages. Villages also express their opinion or by taking the participation into elections. So in the form of parliamentary, state, and so 3 tiers of local governance. So local governance. So this is how in India no villages are isolated. So the view of Indian villages were isolated, self-sufficient, okay, social solidarity. All these things it was created by the image of Britishers. In reality, every village is part of the wider network of other villages, town areas, as well as the urban cities.